name is Katie Lloyd, and I'm here to give this speech about For the Love of Goofy. The Disney animator Art Babbitt once made a quote, "Think of Goofy as a composite of an everlasting optimist, a gullible good Samaritan, no matter what happens. He accepts it finally as being for the best, or at least amusing. He has music in his heart, even though it may be the same tune forever, and I see him humming to himself while working or thinking. He talks to himself because it is easier for him to know what he is thinking if he hears it first." Many people are not aware that Goofy is just like a real person. He is the creation of a man named Art Babbitt, therefore he has a father. Goofy has had hardships throughout his life and has always found a way to overcome these obstacles, just like every real person that I have ever known has had to do in their lives. He has also been considered to be the All-American by many people because he has lived like a normal person and has done his part and contributed to the war efforts during World War II. Art Babbitt, Goofy's father. Art Babbitt got his start with Disney at the age of 20 in 1932 when he joined Disney. By 1941, at the age of 29, he was a top artist with the Disney Company. He took the minor character of Dippy Dog and developed him into Goofy. He animated the Queen and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Geppetto and Pinocchio, the Chinese Dance in Fantasia, and Mr. Stork in Dumbo. Art Babbitt once stated to a group of animation studios the following description of Goofy: "It is difficult to classify the characteristics of the Goofy into columns of the physical and mental because they interweave, reflect, and enhance one another. Therefore, it will probably be best to mention everything all at once. Think of the Goof as a composite of the everlasting optimist, a gullible good Samaritan, a half-wit, and a shiftless, good-natured hick. He is loose-jointed and gangly, but not rubbery." After Goofy was created as Dippy Dog, Art was not happy with who Goofy was, so Art Babbitt had went to the extent to even writing an instruction manual, so to speak, explaining Goofy's mannerisms. He explained the speech, walk, even the way his thought process worked. He was indeed the father of Goofy. Audiences around the world fell in love with the lovable character of Dippy Dog in the 30s. Once Art Babbitt came along, he took the already popular Dippy Dog and converted him into Goofy. This transformation gave way to Goofy's debut onto the silver screen in Goofy and Wilbur in 1939. By the 40s, Goofy had finally become a figure that had his own set of cartoon shorts of the how-to format opened up a vast area. Jack, who was the director at the time, later observed, "The subject could be anything, even the wide world of sports, all open to Goofy's dumb exploration." Goofy's can-do spirit, his knack for doing things exactly wrong, starring the accident-prone Goof in a spoof of documentary films in which the stodgy seriousness of the professional narrator would play in sharp contrast of Goofy's clumsy demonstrations. In the 50s, Goofy frequently was casted in suburban settings as the common man, in order to display some of the pitfalls of modern living. In this unusual guise as a mid-century Goof in the gray flannel suit, often known as Mr. George Geff, and even shed his distinctive voice and his floppy ears and buck teeth for some of these roles. This mature role for Goofy utilized his skills as an actor rather than playing upon his traditional persona. Between the years of 1932 and 2007, Goofy starred in an accumulative of 100 shorts and movies. Mickey and Donald are the only two characters that have barely surpassed Goofy for shorts and movies that they have starred in. Beginning in 1953, he starred in his own series of comic book adventures, and in 1965 he became Super Goof, a comic book superhero parody. A Goof for all seasons. He has also starred in comic book spoofs of historical characters, literary and actual, including Rip Van Winkle and Leonardo da Vinci. Goofy continues to appear in comic books and comic strips published around the world from 1935 on. Goofy began to appear in a wide range of delightful merchandise, including novelty playing cards, on the Joker naturally, tin toys, jigsaw puzzles, and plush toys. Through the years and continuing today, our hapless and clueless pal has appeared on some memorable toys, games, furnishings, and fashions, including a very goofy backwards running wristwatch. Goofy is the All-American. Not only has he taught America how not to do something, but he also did his part in using his cartoons to influence people to do their parts and support their nation during World War II. During World War II, Goofy had come out with a variety of cartoons that were geared toward the war. For example, Victory Vehicles had started Goofy in order to encourage Americans to conserve rubber and gasoline. During the war, Mickey Mouse cartoons were discontinued between 1942 and 1956, and Disney only focused on making shorts that included Donald, Pluto, and of course Goofy, with special appearances by Mickey, which allowed Goofy and Donald to step into the spotlight and become mega stars. After Disney became popular on the television with their many sitcoms in real life and cartoons, led Disney to take on the challenge of casting one of the big three in their own TV show, and they chose Goofy to star in the Goof Troop in 1992, and it stayed on the air until 93. The Goof Troop evolved into a touching animated TV show starring Goofy and his son Max. The Goof Troop became so popular that it led to the creation in which Goofy came out with his first full-length feature film, A Goofy Movie, in 1995, where he is a bumbling guy everybody loves again with his son Max, who now is in high school and in love. The Goofy Movie covers how it is difficult to be a single parent and get it all right, but it always seems to work out in the end. In conclusion, Goofy has had to go through transformations throughout World War II with Art Babbitt to become the lovable cartoon dog that people from around the world love. Goofy has always been able to make me smile when I am down and reminds me to stay positive, knowing that no matter what may happen or how I may a mess out of things, there is always a way to ultimately come out on top. Goofy has and will always be that all-American man constantly trying to reach higher, and when he falls, he just picks himself back up and tries again. I sincerely wish all Americans were as confident as Goofy. Look and let him lead the way to a happy and fulfilling life. Thank you.
Oh, okay.